Hello there, and welcome back to the show. This week, I'm going to prepare to bring out the gimp and scalp some Nazis as I talk about the infamous Quentin Tarantino and give you my personal top 5 of his movies. Stick around to see if your favourite makes it onto the list. Hello there, and welcome back to my top 5 show. Today I'm going to be looking at the infamous but genius Quentin Tarantino. And I'm going to be counting down from 5 to 1 my top of his films. And he's only got 10, so I've basically just picked my favourite half of his movies, I think, to be fair. Tarantino in general has become a little bit of a problematic character as of late. But for some comments he's made online and basically who he's kind of turned into as a person. But I've kind of separated him from the incredible films that he's made, and I'm going to go through my top 5. If you're new to the channel, I am Matt Riley, one of the founders of the Middle Earth channel, and I will be giving you my favourite bits of each film and what I think makes them one of the top 5 of his oeuvre of films. Starting with number 5 is Inglourious Basterds. I really love how Tarantino kind of plays with a kind of what if scenario in history of like, oh yeah, what if a bunch of like ragtag soldiers and like mainly Jewish soldiers kind of fought back against the Nazis and kind of used cinema to trap them and basically kill Hitler. Which is insane, but very, very Quentin Tarantino, because obviously, as you guys watching this probably know, Tarantino loves cinema. So like he's kind of a cinema lover who makes cinema, which is a great combination. The tension in so many scenes in this film is like gets you around the neck and like doesn't let go of you until like the climax of like the scene, you know what I mean? It's great. There's some brilliant scenes, including cameos from like Michael Fassbender, who has a brilliant scene with Christoph Waltz as like leader of the group of like I think they're like Jew hunters or something. I think that's what they're officially called. But like where he basically catches him out through I think it's like body language and the way that he kind of uses certain phrases and stuff. So like language is kind of like a weapon in this film, which I find is incredibly unique, and it shows just how great Tarantino is as like a writer, I think, to be fair. Yeah, Brad Pitt's a standout in this film, I think, to be fair, as Lieutenant Aldo Rain, who is just, I think at this point in his career, I think Brad Pitt was proper like looking for characters that he'd never really played before. I think this is one of the best ones. This and like, you know, when he plays that, I think it's like, is it Mickey in Snatch? That's another favourite of mine. Like he has to put like a southern accent, and he has some brilliant lines. Oh, I love it. So it just shows that Quentin Tarantino can get actors to places that they have never really been before. It's such a funny, like charming but like silly character in all that film. I love him. There's also some great cameos as well, like I mentioned, Michael Fassbender and Mike Myers doing a British accent, which is hilarious. That part is so funny, and it's just people love to work with him, you know what I mean? Like he can get the most randomest actors asking to be like in his film. It's great. Brilliant use of music, you know, as you guys probably know, Tarantino is brilliant at using music to swoop you up and like build crescendos and build tension. He's great at picking pieces of music that really encapsulate what like makes films cool, you know what I mean, and like builds moments up to be like, iconic. I think personally, like you'll see more of that going forward in this top 5. But Inglourious Basterds is a great start to my top 5, and it's a really solid entry in Tarantino's work, I think personally. But yeah, I love that he just uses cinema to fight Nazis. It's hilarious. Yeah, that's my top 5. That's my number 5, shall I say. Alright, number 4, maybe a little bit controversial, but I think it's there because it's a strong start for him, I think, and that is Reservoir Dogs. Now, some people might put this higher, but I put it here because I think it's not it's not got some of the flair and cleverness that some of his later work does have. It's a brilliant foundation. Because like this was his first film as, I think it's writer and director. Yeah, this really solidified him as a brilliant storyteller, and it's really an impressive directorial debut, I would say, for anyone really. It's got the infamous ear cutting scene with Michael Madsen, and literally like cutting the ear off somebody, and you see loads of it as well. And it kind of set the standard for how Tarantino uses violence and gore in most of his films to shocking effect. And I think the interesting thing about that scene is that they actually used a guy that was missing an ear, didn't they, to do that, so they could literally put a false ear on and they could show him cutting the ear off, which is a clever way to do it, really. Yeah, it's really what the dialogue is. It's really dialogue heavy film. The dialogue's just really cool and it flows really well, and it kind of has exposition in it, but it's so natural that like you don't think, oh well, this person's just talking at the audience and telling them things. It's like it's quippy and it's smooth, and some of it's funny, and it gives you the information that you need in a really interesting way. And this also, I think, shows that I think Tarantino is kind of like an actor's director, you know what I mean? Because he builds relationships with actors that just want to keep working with him. Because in this film, his first film, you've got Harvey Keitel, Michael Madsen and Tim Roth, all of which come back in various films, like up till recently as well. You can see that there's people that just kind of gravitate towards him once they've kind of got into his orbit. They kind of just stay there, and they're like, "Whoa, I've got to work with him again. I'm coming back around." Whoa. And they like come back in again, and you'll see later on in the top 5 that some of these guys show up again. Yeah, he must be a fun and interesting. I think it's because, like I say, the writing and the style of his films are just so interesting. I think people just get attracted to it. I think, yeah, the twists and the turns of this film as well are really well manoeuvred, and you get information before like some characters do, so that like paints how you are viewing the scene compared to how the characters are experiencing it, and like that ratchets up the tension a lot more, and it just makes it a great experience. And I think it was really a really strong start to a pretty strong career that Tarantino's had, to be fair. So yeah, that's my number 4. Number 3 is the brilliant Django Unchained. Yeah, Tarantino in this film explores another kind of taboo subject of racism, and kind of hits it head on with like Jamie Foxx's character Django, starting off with him obviously being a slave. He awesomely gets to fight back against the racist people, like the characters that DiCaprio plays. DiCaprio's character is called Calvin J. Candy, which is the most insane name for a villain I've ever known. But yeah, he plays it to... I think this is probably one of my favourite DiCaprio performances, to be fair, because I think this is the first time he played a villain as well, because he loves to play the good guy, but this was his stretching himself and being a... probably one of Tarantino's best like villains, I would say, because sometimes he doesn't have like a proper villain, but this guy was like, yeah, love to hate him, you know what I mean? Because he's such a... And there's that infamous scene as well where DiCaprio is probably going for it and he smashes the glass and cuts his hand, and he just carries on acting, and like he literally wipes his blood down someone's face as well, which must have been like hideous for the actress, but like it was very effective. But yeah, I love DiCaprio in this film. It's really good. Again, it's like Tarantino being able to bring out something new from an actor that we've not really seen. Jamie Foxx is on top form in this film. Great use of music, especially music that doesn't really fit the period, but like it works like amazingly. There's one song in particular that's called like a rap song, which is called 100 Black Coffins, that actually features Jamie Foxx in it, and that part in the film is awesome. There's some brilliant action in the film, a lot of racist killing scenes, which as a black guy I particularly enjoy. But yeah, obviously he doesn't glorify. I think Tarantino gets a lot of stick sometimes, like glorifying like violence, but I don't think he really does. Like he uses it life, but like dialed up to 11. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of cartoon violence. You know what I mean? Like it's there to extend the emotion of the characters, you know what I mean? But yeah, I really enjoy this film. So much goodness in it. Samuel L. Jackson has a funny kind of, it's not a cameo, he's in the film a lot, but his character is hilarious in it. Jackson kind of taking a back seat and letting everyone else kind of have the spotlight for a little bit. Christoph Waltz, after playing the villain in Inglourious Basterds, gets to play like a lovable kind of nice guy in this film, which is interesting, and he kind of is not really a sidekick, he's more like a partner to Jamie Foxx's Django, which is interesting. Quentin Tarantino can be kind of credited with really propelling Christoph Waltz into Hollywood and stuff, and giving him brilliant parts that have shown that he is really he's quirky. He's like a quirky actor, isn't he, Christoph Waltz? But Tarantino kind of directs it and like writes the dialogue where like it really brings that out and like champions it. His like quirkiness in a really interesting way. I like it. It's really, the way he like delivers his lines is really interesting. But yeah, my third is Django Unchained. Yeah, again, kind of no, it's not really based on history, obviously, but it's based on something that really happened. Like obviously racism and like slavery is a real thing, and Tarantino kind of puts his own like, what if this happened scenario like into history, kind of, I suppose. But yeah, what if the slaves fought back, kind of thing, which is a good, interesting spin to put on a quite controversial kind of part of American history. I think really enjoyed it. A lot of the use of the N word, but infamously, I think it's the most it's ever been used in a film ever in that film. But obviously, it's dealing with slavery and racists, and so it kind of works. But I know a lot of people don't really like that about that film, but fits the film and the era and stuff, you know what I mean? So I enjoyed it. Yeah, number 3, Django Unchained. Now, I've been a bit cheeky here with this one because it's technically 2 films, but it's one story. So I've put it together as one film, Kill Bill. And it's volume 1 and volume 2, but technically volumes kind of count as one story, you know what I mean? So I've kind of taken volume 1 and volume 2 and just counted them as one film. God, I love so much about this film. It's a love letter to martial arts films. It's got a great cliffhanger like in the middle where it really leaves you like, what? He uses animation. That's the first time I think Tarantino used animation in one of his films. Great music, there's some incredible imagery and cinematography in this film. Awesome action. Like, it's got literally everything. Other than it's got romantic parts in it, you know what I mean, with the relationship between Bill and Beatrix, but like obviously that romance kind of imploded, and that kind of set her on the trajectory that she goes on throughout the whole film of revenge. It's got probably the most violent scene in cinema ever. So violent that they had to turn the colour off so there wasn't literally blood everywhere. It's like when Beatrix fights the Crazy 88 in the club, and there's I've never seen so many limbs cut off in one scene, but it's incredible. I love that scene. And that sword has become like iconic in cinema as being one of the awesome weapons of Hollywood. But I like that the sword is actually a reference to another film that is actually my number 1. I don't know if you can guess which one it is, but the sword like is something that's popped up in another film, and then he uses that in this film. I think they build up the notoriety of Bill really well in this film as well, and I don't think did he see him in the first film? I don't know if you do see him in the first part, but he's used really well in the second part, and I think the scenes between him and Beatrix Kiddo are really interesting, because you can kind of tell that there's love there, but you can see how it like eroded into what it was, kind of thing. It's really interesting. But yeah, there's some such like iconic scenes in this film as well. You've got the fight with Lucy Liu at the end of the first film. You've got her breaking out of her own coffin when she's been buried alive. You've got the scene with Daryl Hannah, I think that's her name, where she's already taken one of her eyes and takes the other one out, so she's completely blind in the caravan. That's brutal. You've got obviously the Crazy 88 scene. You've got her training with like teacher who teaches her martial arts and stuff. That's really it's verging on racist, but like it kind of works for what the film is. Like it's like honouring like martial arts films and stuff. So it kind of, I think it's supposed to be like an homage, but it kind of comes off a little bit racist. But I don't know, kind of makes it work. The death of Michael Madsen's character, spoilers, but that's brutal. That's a really harsh scene, and obviously the confrontation with Bill at the end. That's like, it's more dialogue than it is action, but like you feel the weight of it from the two actors that are in the scene. It's just so well acted. Really love it. That is my number 2. So it's technically 2 films. Number 2 films, but 1 story. Kill Bill. Can you guess which is my number 1? Like I mentioned in the intro to this, it's time to bring out the GIMP. That's right, it's Pulp Fiction. God, I think I saw this film like far too young, and I probably didn't understand half of it when I first watched it. It's probably thanks to films like this that I love cinema so much, to be honest. Like, it's so well crafted. Non-linear storytelling in this film is like a masterclass in how to have the story like playing out in order. It's like you're getting all the information that you need for the story, like when you need it, but the events, like it jumps around in time. It's really interesting because you get characters that have already died on screen, like in later scenes, that give you more context and stuff. You've got like information given to you at different points that comes later in the story and stuff, so you're like, oh right, okay, that ties to that, and like that character knows that character, and like you see, like it's really interesting. I love the way it plays out. You've got great cameos. Tim Roth shows up again. You've got Harvey Keitel playing Mr. Wolf, which is a great part. There's so many chaotic scenes in this film as well, but they work like brilliantly. Like when John Travolta plays Vincent Vega in this film, you see he's in a lot of the film, but then Bruce Willis's character kills him, but then he pops up again later on, because that the scene that you see later on happened before that. So it's really odd how it plays. That's it. But yeah, the chaotic bit that I was talking about is when his character Vincent accidentally shoots someone in the face in the back of the car, and like the blood splatters all over the thing, and then they've got to go and see. They take it to Quentin Tarantino's character's house, and he gets somebody to come and help them, and that is Harvey Keitel. It's so funny. And there's a bit with Bruce Willis as well when he gets captured and he like goes into the basement, and like these people bring out a GIMP, and he gets like some of it's so random. It's hilarious. I just love it. It's so I don't know. It just sometimes if you watch it, it kind of seems like a lot of cool scenes like put together, but like if you watch it, it does actually make for brilliant watching. I love it. And there's the mystery suitcase as well that no one ever knows what's in it. And I don't think to this day Quentin Tarantino actually revealed what is actually in it. There's so many conspiracies. It's like, oh yeah, it's what's his name? Ving Rhames' character's soul or something in there, or it's like drugs or like gold, or there's like so many different theories. It's hilarious. Again, you've got so many iconic scenes. You've got the start with that is at the start. No, it's not. It's the end with Tim Roth and I can't think what the other actress's name is, but she's his wife in it, and they're robbing the place, and then Samuel L. Jackson's character's there, and he kind of picks the wrong diner to try and hold up. Samuel L. Jackson is on top form in this film. Obviously, he has the iconic Ezekiel passage from, I think it's actually made up, but he spouts it as like it's from the Bible. I think apparently it's made up, I've heard recently. But that incredible scene when he talks to the people that they like stole money or something like that, isn't it? From Marcellus Wallace. He goes round and things don't go well for them, either of them really. And yeah, there's that incredible scene where he spouts all that incredible, you call it like dialogue, like really long, heavy dialogue. Like, all the scenes are dialogue heavy, but especially Quentin Tarantino is brilliant with dialogue, I've noticed. But yeah, all the cast are on top form. You've got Uma Thurman, you've got John Travolta, you've got Samuel Jackson, obviously, Tim Roth, Bruce Willis. like quite early in his career as well. Bruce Willis. Well, I don't know, not really, because Bruce Willis was around for a long time, but I think this was really when he started getting into more interesting roles. I think as well. I think this is kind of post Die Hard. So, but yeah, Bruce Willis is one I'd like to see in more Quentin Tarantino, really. But no, you don't really. This is his second film as well, and it's actually my favourite personally because of the acting and the story and the dialogue and just the way everything. It's just such a cool film. I love it. It's just cool. Really sums up kind of the best of Tarantino, I think. You think brilliant use of music, brilliant use of dialogue, brilliant use of characters, brilliant use of narrative and story working together. It's just my quintessential Tarantino. I don't know what you guys think, and what would you be your top 5? Let me know in the comments below. What would be your number 1? What would be your number 5? Would any of these be in there? Because obviously there's only 10 to choose from. So do you find the other 5 better than my 5? Please let me know. I really like doing these director top 5s, I think, to be fair, because there's a lot of directors out there that I really enjoy. And were you even aware of these 5 Quentin Tarantino films? Because I know a lot of people... Tarantino's kind of, I don't know, he doesn't do as much these days, so some people might not even be aware of him. So let me know in the comments if these movies are actually new to you. There might be. Let me know if there are any top 5s that you want me to do. I can make that happen very easily. I do these weekly, so I really enjoy them. Discussing some of my favourite films, because that's what I love to do. I love to discuss cinema. If you want to start a conversation about a specific top 5 that I have done or that you want me to do, please even just message, like put a message on Facebook or Instagram. We are on all of them. You'll find the links to all of our social media on the Middle Earth page. If you would like to start a conversation, please, you'll find us there. I'm thinking about doing a Spielberg top 5 soon, so I need to look at his back catalogue though, because there are a shed load of Steven Spielberg films. So I think that'll probably be my next one next week. Let me know what you thought of this top 5. Are there bits that I didn't mention in these 5 films that you think make them better than where I placed them? Like maybe that might be one thing that you think, like, you missed this, Matt. Please let me know. Talking to you guys is really important for us, because that allows us to grow and be better. Because that's what we want to do. We want to be better for you guys. So comment, because we need that feedback. If you've enjoyed it, what you've seen today, please share and like and hit that subscribe button for me. That would be brilliant. I will see you next week for another one of my top 5s. Adios.